Welcome to Rob Talks. Today we're exploring the next 13-day Tzolk'in cycle from the Mayan calendar, which begins on May 28th through June 9th, 2026. This cycle exposes what can no longer continue. There are moments in the Mayan calendar when life doesn't collapse outwardly, but something inside us begins to change deeply, a time when we cannot return to who we were before. This is one of those cycles. This Trecena is a journey through healing, emotional truth, awakening, spiritual realignment, and revelation. At first this energy may feel gentle, almost calming, but beneath the surface, something much deeper is unfolding. We begin with one Manik, represented by the deer, on May 28th. Manik is the sacred pathwalker, with the energy of healing and spiritual balance. Healing begins with recognition, and during these first days, you may begin realizing what has been exhausting you, what has quietly drained your spirit, and what you have continued carrying long after it became too heavy. Manik slows everything down, so you can finally hear yourself again. Then the energy expands as we move to Lammat and Muluk, represented by the star and water on May 29th and 30th. Lammat arrives first, it's the amplifier. Whatever you focus on now begins gaining momentum. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions all begin radiating outward more strongly, and immediately afterwards comes Muluk, which is about emotions and offerings. This is a time when hidden emotions may suddenly surface, not to overwhelm you, but to be acknowledged, because suppressed emotions don't disappear, they wait, and this cycle is bringing them into the light. We then move to a time when the heart speaks and the energy becomes deeply personal, as we move into OK and Chuan on May 31st and June 1st. OK is represented by the dog, it's about loyalty and heartfelt connections. This is a time when relationships may shift, conversations may deepen. You may begin seeing who truly supports your growth and where your energy feels alive, and how your spirit may feel restricted. OK reconnects you to the heart, and Chuan reminds you that your spirit was never meant to live in survival mode forever. This is where creativity returns, joy returns, and movement occurs. Then something important begins happening as we move into Ib and Ben, which is represented by the road and reed on June 2nd and 3rd. Your path becomes clearer as the road ahead opens. You may suddenly feel called towards change, restless with old routines and aware that your direction must shift. And then comes Ben, which is about alignment, structure, and integrity. Ben asks a powerful question: are you building a life that truly reflects who you are becoming? Because by now, something inside you already knows the answer. As we move to Ix and Men, represented by the jaguar and the eagle on June 4th and 5th, this is when the Trecena turns inward. Ix arrives quietly, but powerfully. Intuition intensifies, dreams become vivid, and synchronicities increase. You may begin sensing things before they happen, seeing patterns more clearly and feeling truths that logic alone cannot explain. And Men lifts your awareness even higher. Suddenly the bigger picture starts becoming visible. What once felt confusing begins making sense from a higher perspective. As we move into Kib and Kaban, represented by the vulture and earth, on June 6th and 7th, the old story breaks apart. Kib brings wisdom through reflection. This is where forgiveness becomes important, not because the past did not matter, but because carrying it forward may now be limiting your future. Then Kaban arrives, earth wisdom. It's about synchronicity and awakening. This is where reality itself may begin speaking to you through signs, timing, repetition, and sudden realizations. A time when something is trying to get your attention. Then the storm arrives with Kawak on June 8th. This is emotional clearing energy, and for many people, this may be the most intense part of the Trecena, a time when emotions rise quickly, truth surfaces suddenly, and situations may feel accelerated. But Kawak does not destroy without purpose, it clears what can no longer remain stagnant. Then at the end of this Trecena, Etz'nab arrives, on June 9th, and truth is revealed. Etz'nab is represented by the flint or mirror, it's the obsidian blade, and trust is revealed. By this point, any illusion becomes impossible to maintain. You may suddenly see what is authentic, what has been hidden, what is ending, or what must now change. And while this clarity may feel intense, it's also freeing, because truth ends confusion, truth ends illusion, and truth creates movement. Collectively, this Trecena is a journey from healing into revelation, and you begin by restoring balance within yourself. But by the end of it, you are seeing your life with entirely new clarity. Some things may fall away during these 13 days, and some truths may become impossible to ignore. But what is leaving your life now is making space for deeper alignment. Now here's an affirmation for this 13-day Tzolk'in cycle, but first please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to help us grow, thank you. Here's the affirmation: I heal what no longer serves me. I trust the truth that is being revealed. I align with what is real and I move forward with clarity and strength. Thank you all for your support.